Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the most painful, hilarious, or overall iconic nut strikes in movies. Sorry, RoboCop fans, we're only considering mano-a-mano blows, so things like guns won't qualify.
You don't hit people in the balls.
Number 10. Just about everyone. The Jackass franchise.
Eddie!
Romeo and Juliet, Superman and Lois Lane, Johnny Knoxville, and Below the Belt hits. The two are practically inseparable at this point, and for good reason. Starting in 2002, Knoxville and his crew of daredevils started bringing their hijinks to theaters too. Now you don't just get to watch them suffer, you can do it on the big screen.
Well, if for different shots, it's different. If you got to throw it a great distance, you want the women's basketball, you can throw farther.
Yeah, it got down to a science.
Choosing just one blow would be a disservice to how many times these guys have put their money where their manhood is. Although if you're looking for a classic, you can't go wrong with their update to the legendary cup test. Spoiler, it doesn't go well this time either.
Did you hear something break?
Yeah. I heard this like crack. I thought it was a cup.
Number 9. A talent in self-defense. Miss Congeniality.
And I believe that no woman should be without at least a basic knowledge of self-defense. So in order to show you this, I'm going to need a little help.
During the talent portion of this beauty pageant, most of the girls sing, dance, or play an instrument. Grace, on the other hand, decides to demonstrate some self-defense techniques. And of course, what's a lesson without a visual aid? Something tells us this poor guy didn't know what he was signing up for.
Widow Airwick looks a little scared. Maybe he needs a little bit of applause. Yeah.
Let's just say Grace is an expert on SING, an acronym standing for solar plexus, instep, nose, and most importantly, groin. We'll let you connect the rest of the dots. Hey, it's funny, it's practical, and it got her to the next round. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Whoa! Welcome to the Garden State.
Number 8. Grow those back. X-Men: The Last Stand.
You men come at the doors! Everybody get together and hold this line!
As a general piece of advice, it's best to avoid Wolverine whenever he has his claws out. Unless, of course, you want to end up like this guy.
He's going for the boy!
Not if I get there first!
Kidding!
On paper, regenerating limbs seems like a foolproof counter to Wolverine's attacks. It works well enough to give the thug a heaping dose of unwarranted confidence, that's for sure. But he fails to realize that Wolverine doesn't actually need his claws to dole out pain. All he needs is a good aim, a target, and one hell of a kick. Never one to pass up an opportunity, Wolverine leaves the guy with a killer one-liner, just to really rub it in.
Grow those back.
Number 7. James Has an Itch. Casino Royale. In this scene, tall, dark, and handsome becomes scared, bloodied, and squirm-inducing. After being captured by the mastermind, Le Chiffre, Bond is stripped and left with his nads exposed to the elements. Without getting into the specifics, what follows is a ruthless interrogation that doubles as a fate-worthy game of whack-a-mole.
The password, please. I've got a little itch. Down there. Would you mind?
For what it's worth, Bond admirably maintains his composure to the very end. He even throws in a few jokes about an itch that needs to be scratched down under.
You are a funny man, Mr. Bond.
It's nice to know 007 doesn't break so easily, but that doesn't make his torment any easier to stomach at the moment. Number 6. Kick to the Boxer. Hot Shots Part 2. Apparently, all's fair in love, war, and kickboxing. As a loving parody of over-the-top martial arts films, this starting duel is just the right amount of insane. But you'll have to take our word for it when we say you are not ready for how it ends. After Topper lowers his opponent's guard with some tickling, he winds up a finishing strike for below the border. It has the whole crowd turning away in horror, and quite frankly, we can't blame them.
You win.
Number 5. No Rules. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
You always said that any one of us could challenge you, Butch.
Well, that's because I figured no one would do it.
Figured wrong, Butch.
No matter the film, no matter the genre, there's just something satisfying about a nice, well-deserved kick to the nether region. This classic Western might just have the best one of all. When outlaws Cassidy and Logan can't come to an agreement, they decide to solve things the easy way. With a knife fight, of course. But as Logan says himself,
Rules. In a knife fight, no rules. What?
Taking that to heart, Cassidy walks right up to him and immediately attacks between the legs. Next thing you know, Logan's on the ground, having lost the fight, his pride, and his manhood all at once. Cassidy didn't even have to use a knife either.
Harvey thought of that?
Yes, sir, he did.
Well, I'll tell you something, fellas. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Number 4. Unintentional interception. The longest yard.
Your balls. You better hang on to them because they're about the only thing you're going to have when you get out of here.
It's a tale as old as time. You're playing football, your head's in the game, and for some reason the ball doesn't go where you want it. Instead, it dips low and ends up hitting someone in their southernmost region. A somewhat literal ball buster, if you will.
They are taking Bogdansky off the field in an ambulance. Bogdansky is not.
A ball to the privates may be a classic sports trope today, but that's all because of how well 1974's The Longest Yard pulled it off. There's no way to watch this scene without bursting out laughing. It's so good. They brought the gag back with a cheeky update in the 2005 remake. Watching a guy buckle to a pigskin never gets old.
That one hurt my marble sack.
Number 3. Restaurant Rager. Dumb and Dumber.
So you get fired again, huh?
Oh, yeah.
They always freak out when you leave the scene of an accident, you know?
After this, it's abundantly clear that Lloyd doesn't know the meaning of the word excessive, and not just because he's dumb. In the middle of a fight drummed up by his subconscious, Lloyd can do whatever he wants, where he really, really wants to destroy a poor guy's privates.
You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this.
Even worse, Lloyd isn't content with one kick, or 2, or even 3. He continues to kick until he's had his fun, and then Lloyd leans down and starts punching too. To really bring it home, Lloyd bites down on the guy's crotch too. By the time the schmuck gets thrown out the window, it probably came as a mercy.
I feel like a schoolboy again.
Number 2. Nutcracker. Bad Santa.
Okay. Now put your dukes up. Let me see what you got.
Turns out if you make the naughty list as an adult, you don't get coal. You get a direct punch to your stockings. To be fair, both Willie and his assistant Marcus were just trying to teach the downtrodden Thurman how to fight. However, they didn't expect him to aim so low.
Be loud! Be mean! Piss him off! Come on!
Ah! Ooh.
Marcus doesn't take it well and gives Thurman an eye for an eye, or in this case, a punch for a punch. When Willie tries to defuse the situation, he gets a check-in from Marcus's fist too. 3 guesses what Willie does back. Everyone leaves the ring in need of an ice pack. It's almost poetic.
Kid, maybe you shouldn't spend so much time around me.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Don't Touch That Dial. Ted. When this TV fell over, it ended up breaking a lot more than its screen.
Why are you crying?
Star-Lord sees stars. Avengers Endgame. Star-Lord learns the hard way that this is not the Gamora he once knew.
Touch.
You missed the first time. Then you got them both the second time.
Bar Brawl. Train Spotting. Good thing he's already in a bar because this guy's gonna need a stiff drink.
Yeah!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Sack Splitter, Bloodsport.
Time to separate the men from the boys.
Just be careful, Chong-Li doesn't separate your head from your body.
In one inappropriate move, Jean-Claude Van Damme's Frank Dukes didn't just win a match. He earned himself a place in film history. To set the scene, Frank is in the ring against someone roughly twice his size. When the giant charges, it seems over. That is, until Frank drops into the splits and delivers an uppercut to end all uppercuts. Bloodsport shows it all in slow motion, too, making sure you don't miss a single frame of ball-busting glory. Frank's finisher is so legendary, it inspired a whole slew of copycats, including Johnny Cage from the Mortal Kombat series. If that's not the coolest legacy imaginable, we don't know what is.
Damn! That hurt.
Which of these below-the-belt blows had you wincing in sympathy? Sound off in the comments below.
What do you think? Did I go for the left nut this time?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.